like we are live. So I am just getting set up here, and I have fired up our Samurai Game blank project. And yesterday I was working on our main character here, and you can see we can move up, down, left, right. Now if you want to see what the prototype of it looks like, so I guess the idea here is we had some problems with the previous build, and I'm just porting everything over to a new project, and while I'm doing that I'm actually refactoring a bunch of stuff because we've got some kind of prototype spaghetti blueprints, and maybe there's some opportunities to reorganize how we implement some stuff. So, but this is the actual game. Hopefully we'll get back to here. And we could just migrate all these assets right over to the new project, which I have done that in an experimental project, but I really want to take the time to see if we can learn something from how we set stuff up last. So yeah, maybe we'll implement it without that error, for instance. So that's the thought. So yeah, so anyway, yeah, we are currently going through the player character and adding a bunch of stuff, and we're not focusing on the animation portion yet, but we have the very basic character controller set up. And one thing we had talked about yesterday was the idea of adding a rotation to this character. So I could either start there, or I can maybe, well, so the idea is that there's, the way the dash currently works is when you're, let's open up the level that looks more like the level we're currently. All right, so we have our character here, and in this version of the game you can walk. So basically I'm just pressing the A and D keys, right? So you can see if I press A, he slowly rotates around. But that's all being handled by like the controller, I think, wanting to turn, right? He just basically turns to face the direction that he's going. So in other games you could have it set up so that like he's always facing, right? Wherever you have your mouse pointer or whatever, you follow the mouse pointer, right? And then when you're fighting an enemy, maybe you lock on them, but you can always kind of keep that heading and still move side to side, things like that. So kind of the twin stick shooter style. So let's go into our, so the other thing about this project is the controller handles all of the input, which is fine, but I don't know if it's really super necessary for this project. So I'm just putting it all in the character controller this time. So you see the movement is all the same as and we don't really have a thing that's setting the actual rotation here. Let's look up here. So I have this turn functionality right here, but I don't think it's wired up. Actually, let's play with this. Let's see, because if that implementation works, I imagine it doesn't really work very well. All right, it's the right thumbstick, so. I think this is janky because of the, like we have set controller to turn or something like that. All right, let's just try it and see. Okay, we're in. All right, regular movement. All right, now we're gonna turn. Definitely. So when I press right, he immediately goes forward. So I think that maybe I don't know if the just the calculations are off. It seems like up and down, left and right maybe are just confused. Yeah. All right, let's start there. Because this might be something I can implement pretty quick. All right. Huh. What was I trying to do here? Okay. Yeah, I think I got too clever with this. think I have an example of this somewhere. Let's see. I have another top down. The problem is that a lot of the top down stuff that I've created just follows the top down test. This one follows the mouse. We could look at how StackBot does it. It might be helpful. Because I can just like add to like world actor rotation based on what I'm turning here. But here, I think this is based on the mouse stuff. So I was just trying to figure out whether what I did there was like actually good or not. All right. StackBot's a pretty cool project if you all right. Yeah, so it's just adding the yaw input. And it's doing it with the value, which is just a float. Maybe that's all I need. I should just try it out. Okay, let's look at the... That's funny. That's probably my own code, maybe. All right, let's see what they did. No, maybe not. Yeah, that TPC might be my own stuff. Okay, let's see what these guys do. All right, see, this is the standard kind of thing. For movement, turning. Pitch and yaw, but pitch. What's gonna pitch? All right, let's see what. I don't know if that's too loud. All right. Is the... It appears that the annoying music on the StackBot is not actually coming through on the... it's like more coming through my microphone. Let's see. Huh. Oh, there it goes. Now you have the annoying sound. Okay. Okay, so this is the standard kind of third person, like where you can turn the mouse. Okay, and let's play it in the select viewport. It's gonna keep playing the music even though I've paused the game. Alright, yeah, so it's still spawning in the bot, so, okay. Alright, stop. Yeah, StackAbot, pretty great place to look at stuff. Yeah, so this is my own messy code, I guess, but alright, let's mess with ours. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna not do this for now. I'm gonna just, I don't even know. Okay. Let's just copy it. Paste it somewhere over here. Alright. Is there anywhere where we? Like, we don't do anything to, we just set the active rotation. I don't know. That doesn't seem right. Okay. Let's just see what happens when we add this to our game. Alright. We're moving. So one weird thing is this seems to have affected kind of like the angle that he's moving. Now I'm like moving in the wrong direction and stuff. So like it's clearly changing the direction, but then you can't see it happening on the character, so it's kind of a mess. I think it has to do with the controller, how we are driving the controller. So I don't know. We could try it in here. So right now we don't have rotation based on movement. So do we have turn already built? Let's see. Let's go input. Where's my, oh, it's right here. Got dash, and we've got right trigger. So yeah, we could add a turn. Let's just add it. Why not? Oh no, we don't have it. Okay. So we go down here. To input. What happened there? Oh, did I mess up? Oh yeah, because of that. Yeah. I guess we have to save this. Oh, okay. That was dumb. That's why it didn't work. I added a new IMC, not IA. delete. You gotta be careful deleting stuff. That could just have corrupted the whole thing. Okay. Let's call it turn. All right. Now we have the input action, and then in here, input action. Okay. And in the input action, I believe we want a vector 2D, but maybe we want a vector 1D. To me, when you turn, you just use the X value. So maybe that's where I'm getting in trouble with the other code. So we could just use, well, okay. Let's start with the 2D, even though I don't think we're going to use the Y, but okay. Then we'll do that. Yeah, like we could just do X-axis like that. So I feel like we don't need. Because if the player presses up and down, like how would you even interpret it? So, okay. Let's do that for now. Okay, so we have a 1D. It's just the X-axis. And then we could add like you could add the mouse. That didn't work, but I don't know if this will work, but we'll try it. Okay, well that's not going to do anything, but I forgot. All right, let's go into player base. Turn. Okay, and just see what that does. Okay, so the controller yaw right now. Actually, no, that is working. Okay, you know what we need on our character? One, maybe move this bring arm down to 1000. You know, I have like the field of view and all sorts of stuff messed up in the other project that like having like a really far target arm for the camera is it doesn't even matter because it zooms you in a ton, so that's why it looks really far to 1000 here. We don't have any of that built in right now. It's up for debate whether we should continue using it. Some people say they like it, some people don't really like the look. So okay, so I've got that. The other thing I was going to add to the player right now, right up here, is an arrow. And I'm going to make it so I can see it in the game. And we won't make it come out of scratch. We'll put it up there. All right, and then let's see. Yeah. All right, this is just to give us some visual. All right, see? So we're rotating the character now. We're also rotating the camera because the camera is set up to rotate with the character. So that's probably another thing that we'd have to do is figure out how to, like we might want to even separate the camera. Well, I think I can do this. Let's see. That might be all I need to do for that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then the movement keys are still locked to up, down, left, right. So what's all that dirt on the screen? So like, it's not super intuitive, right? Oh no, they're not locked. They're actually locked to the direction, right? So you could have your direction so this becomes like those like remote control car controls where your left and right strafing is based on where your character is pointed, but we have this camera that's like locked in a kind of that 45-degree angle type situation, right? So is that hard for people to control? I don't know. Let's see how it feels with the controller. So, all right, so we can move around. So I guess my thought for this is it easier for the player to kind of track an enemy with like this free rotation, right? And then we can just have the character do like sidestep animations and things like that. So they'll only run in like the walk or run animation when they're going forward, and then the rest of the time they'll be doing kind of these like side steps and things like that. So animations I do not have, but so like even like right there, I was going forward and then I turned it and I tried to go to the right and I forgot that you need to press up. So that's kind of where things get confusing. And then the other thing you can do is, like a lot of games let you lock on to an enemy. But like there's not, currently the gameplay is like just dash, right? So you're just kind of lining up your shot and then dashing, like you're not necessarily locking on and then, you know, dueling like Sekiro or something. So, all right, I'm gonna keep it in for now. All right, so we have a little bit of time left, and the thing that I want to get working on is the dash. So maybe I'm jumping in too hastily, but the dash is the important mechanic for the game. So let's go for round one, right? Okay, so the old game is confusing because we have like a bunch of different things, and I think IA/ is the attack. So you'll see the first thing we have is a do once here, and then it resets when it closes, which is fine. You don't want to have like kind of like a sporadic dash on there. And then we get the forward vector and the location of the player, and we create a dash target based on like where they're headed. And so what's happening here is if you don't do the mouse clicking style, you need kind of like a place in front of the player that's dashable. So Whereas if you click, that just sets the target like that. We could still do that too. That was the other thing that came out of playtesting too, is like the angle. This doesn't even let you, oh yeah it does. So the angle kind of makes it hard to do kind of the click to the screen type of thing. I don't know if that's true or not, but I can see how like the higher up you are and the more overhead you are, the more the mouse clicking becomes a thing. But I don't know, do people want to play with like little super small character? I don't know. Okay, so maybe we're still trying to figure out what this game wants to be when it grows up, but right now we have these things. We do not have a click, but we might have enough time to implement just the attack. So let's just do the standard dash for now. All right. And the other thing I was thinking about was, should I do this in an actor component? So maybe I'll make it in the regular thing, and then I'll try to move it out to an actor component. So an actor component, it would be similar to a character movement. You just drop it on and it wire it up, and then it doesn't pollute the whole player base here. I don't know if it really makes sense for this project, but it could be something to make it reusable for the future. All right, so what is a dash? A dash is just forward motion of the player from one spot to another. That's part one. And then also along that line of movement, we damage anything in our way. And for this game so far, and I'm not sure I'm going to change it, a dash just kills whatever it's in its path. So there's no like, you know, it did half HP or something. Like the player literally flies through whatever it's going against. So, okay. So I like to do once, and a lot of this could probably just be, and then once it's completed, it lets you do it again, which is fine. I think. Okay. I guess we'll find out. So, so yeah, let's grab some of that. I feel like that logic that I have is okay. Just want to see what's in our... Yeah, so like having all that logic in like two random places is kind of annoying, right? So we have a whole section here for kind of handling everything. This actually sets the actor's rotation to the direction. But if we're just doing it attacking in the direction that we want to attack, then we don't need to do that. We just need this information here. To get the attack. Okay. So this cache destination, that's like from the top-down character controller. So all of that was a hack off of that stuff. So all right, so we have this. And in the end, I barely used much of anything from the top-down character controller example, but other than like finding the mouse, on the point under the mouse. So, okay. So we're getting our forward vector, we're getting our location, and we're coming up with a point in space. Right, so you can even do for readability, we could just collapse this. I think for now I'm just going to collapse the nodes and I'll call it get dash target, right? Oh, but what? Output. Yeah, okay. We don't need any inputs. Okay, so we get this. It could be its own function or whatever. Get thing in front of thing, you know? All right, and we'll make our dash distance, I don't know, 1,000 for now. Let's do that. Okay, now once we have that, we need to move our character. So there's a lot of different ways to move your character, but oh yeah, let me experiment with something. But okay, so say you have this character, don't even worry about the dash target. In the character controller, you can actually launch a character, which is kind of cool. And then we can get, actually, let's go in here. Yeah, we just want the forward vector, I think. Yeah, what if we just do, I think if we just do this, we go back. That's one thing about collapsing nodes, you get kind of lost in the, it doesn't have its own tab. Okay, it's just part of the event graph, but then you're like trapped in it. All right, so if we get this, we're basically getting this kind of direction plus force. Like we're making this into kind of a velocity. It's probably like too much, but we can, or maybe it's not enough. We can test it out. So this is just going to launch the character forward. Well, we'll see if it does. So yeah. And there's probably some friction on it and stuff. So we could yeah, forward vector times 1,000. You'd think that would do it, right? Okay. Let's add another 0. That's how you test things in Unreal. Okay. Okay, so I was careful not to press the dash button. Hello, Imran. How are you doing? Good morning. Although I don't know if it's morning for you, but it's morning for me. So yeah, so this is just using the launch, and you could launch the character. And I think the benefit of using launch would be, where's my guy? Okay, the benefit of using launch would be we probably get blocked by stuff. So in the previous iteration, right, we had a wall problem where our hero could easily go through any wall, right? But now we can't go through the wall. So that's an option. I don't know. Is launching jank? I don't know. The other option I had was a timeline, so, but launch is built in. Oh, cool. Yeah, 430. Nice. Yeah. The yeah, it's well, I guess 4:30 is not completely opposite to here, right? So it's like 7 a.m. here in the U.S. Yeah, I was actually over in Korea last year, and that's almost like, it's like 1 hour off and complete opposite. So it's like 7 a.m. here is like 8 p.m. there. So like flying back and coming back, you just felt like night was day and day was night. So pretty opposite jet lag. I have not been to India, but I would like to go. It seems like a cool place to check out. Okay, so this is the... How is your game going, Imran? Did you say if you were using Unreal? Are you working with Unreal too? I know some people, everyone loves to go right with Godot, but you should give Unreal a try if you have. Okay. I'm sure it is. Yeah, I really like Unreal, and I think Unreal is a it's like a force multiplier for people who are also like artistic. I've tried to sell a few artist friends on trying to figure out Unreal, because you can make things look so good in Unreal, and then if you have any artistic ability, you can make a game, right, with good assets that aren't asset flips. And then trying to figure out how to learn a programming language is, you know, kind of not something that's on every artist's list, right? But like doing Blueprint, it's not, I don't know, maybe this is coming from a programmer. It's kind of I feel like it's not a huge lift to learn Blueprint versus learning like C++ or C# or whatever. So I feel like if you're an artist and you can figure out Unreal, you could make a game that looks great and sell it. So I'm only partially an artist, more of a programmer, so I'm still working on my art side. Yeah, I agree. Unreal offers a lot of features. So I don't actually know about Godot's features completely, just know what other people tell me, and I know that it's similar to Unity. Yeah, like kind of, it's still early days, I think, for Godot, right? It's sort of like they've gotten a lot of stuff working, but yeah, it's probably not as polished as Unreal. But, you know, Unreal has its moments too, so I'm not going to bash other engines. It's just, I'm not trying to bash Godot. I just think that seems to be the default for people leaving Unity or making that choice. It's kind of like, okay, I think doing that and doing Unity was super helpful for me for like learning C# and stuff, but I don't know. I want to make games, and I feel like Blueprint lets you make games a little bit faster. Maybe not while I'm on stream, but yeah. Yeah, I think Godot can catch up. I think they just, there's just so much, I think, power and I think funding behind pushing Unreal fidelity. Like, I think their partnerships with NVIDIA and stuff really pushed the envelope for like rendering and stuff like that. So like out of the box, like Unreal is just ridiculous for rendering. So yeah, we might not need this dash target. I don't know. Am I being lazy by using launch as my thing? I guess the other issue with launch I can say is, I think I've seen this before, like, so if we put a ramp down or something, let's put a cube down, I guess. And if we make a ramp like that, I think if my character tries to... Oh, well, no, he launched off of it, so I guess he doesn't get stuck. Okay. I'm getting confused by the control scheme, though, which is not a good sign. Okay. I really should put my samurai guy back in. This looks absurd. Okay. I'm not convinced by this launch character, but it's so simple. Okay. Okay, well, let's say we just go with this, and then what do we do next? Also, is the, am I double dashing? Let's see. I think I am double dashing. I don't think this cooldown really works. Let's just look at the other one again. See, I have like notes on how to do it because I actually needed to comment a lot of this because it's so stupidly complicated. So yeah, yeah, we're doing triggered and completed. So let's see. I guess just like the, you know, what's holding it back is actually just the, it's the, all the animations and stuff are holding it back, so. Okay. We obviously need that sound effect in too to make it feel nice. Okay, a lot of stuff. Also, one thing that I did not get to in this game was so far was putting in lots of screen shake and stuff. So you gotta have it, and we'll definitely put it in. Maybe some slow-mo when you hit stuff. Okay. I'm dreading the rest of this implementation. Okay, so the next piece is, we've already animated it, right? So the other piece that was a problem was when we do this dash, this is just the stamina piece, which is another thing I think I'm going to put in a component. And then we get the attack targets. Rotation we currently don't have to worry about. And then we start this slash animation, so so this is the get attack targets thing, which I think is fine. And basically what this is doing is it's getting the start location is this sword aim, which if you look, the sword aim is like his eye level. That was like because different, like if you go from the bottom, it was kind of not picking up everybody, I guess, or something. So I've just made the cast come from the top here. So we could do that again. I'm just gonna keep it simple for now, but let's go back to our start dash, get attack targets. Okay. So again, I broke this into a function because, you know, it just looks, there's just a ton of stuff here. So a couple things that I don't really like about this that I would maybe explore changing. This is fine, whatever. And we're only, oh yeah, so this is part of it too. Like I didn't want to have to I wanted to keep the level of the sword aim from start to finish kind of level, so that's why the Z, which is up and down, is like always the same. So, and then the slash target could possibly be on the ground because of the clicking. When you're clicking the ground is where you get the location. So so we were going kind of like down, and then maybe we'd miss a character because we'd hit their feet or something. So that's what this logic is. That's why it's broken like this. But the thing I don't like, that's fine, is this like enemy types and actors to ignore, just like 2 arrays. It feels wasteful, kind of. Like literally the array is just of pawns. Like it's just the type pawn. So one piece I would like to try to see if we could do something with this is what other types of sphere traces do we have? And we want to be able to hit everything, but we also don't want to hit through a wall. So that's the other thing that this does is, I think I demoed this before, but so see this guy here, we got him, and then if you go through this wall like this, oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. You can go through a wall and kill the guy. So, like, really, we should have stopped, right? And if you apply that to the current method with the launch, we'll get stuck on the wall, but this character will die anyway because the trace goes through. So, all right, let's grab all this anyway. And yes, I know you can migrate stuff, but I'm trying to do a refactor. So instead of just completely porting everything over, I'm trying to give some thought to what I'm doing. And I'm going to clean this up at some point where I won't have everything in one big event graph, but it's easier to kind of experiment when you have everything kind of together and not like broken up into other functions and stuff. So, all right, so we don't have this right now. We don't have this at all. We don't have either of those. But we do have the dash target here. So this is where it gets tricky because our launch doesn't actually have the, well, it has the dash force, but not, like the dash target now is going to be like 1,000,000 miles away. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's try it. Okay, and then this we want like the player's yeah, we can rename this arrow aim component or something. We'll call it aim start. How about that? Okay. We'll put that in here. This is our new sword aim. It's kind of from his chest. It's fine. Also, I don't know what the proportions are, but my samurai is similar size, but like proportions are way crazy. Okay. So we're getting from the aim start. We're keeping this whole Z thing, which I think is fine, just in case we go back to the mouse click. And then these two are, see, like I can only promote these to variables. I can't like just fill something in. I actually don't know what would happen if I just left it. Just do this. Let's see what happens if I think it will error. Yeah, it's gonna error. Okay, so before we go blindly into using this, let's type trace and see what we can find. Nothing. Okay. Okay, so here's our list of things that we have for collision. Box trace, which it would work fine. By channel, capsule trace, line trace. And these are all single single traces. So then we have multi. So I chose this one, but maybe I should just choose channel. See, but I think channel currently would, well, maybe we can see. Profile. Specific profile, then overlapping hits, then first blocking hit. The results are sorted, so a blocking hit, if found, will be the last element of the array. Oh. Does that happen for everything or just for the profile one? It's funny, the sphere one even has like these things here. So let's, I'm going to look at channel. That's what I want to look at. So visibility right now, right? I don't know. Are there other channels, or can we create a new channel? Probably. And we can set up actors to ignore like ourselves or whatever. Or, well, it says it's going to do that anyway. Yeah, it's just like having random arrays of stuff that are not necessary. Okay, let's see. All right, so I'm going to set up the end here. Okay, so where we want to keep the Z in line with our eyesight. Keep the Y. All right, we're going to break this. Excuse the mess. Run this. I think visibility is probably too much, but I would like to see if it blocks, right? And then what did we have? I think we had like 60 for the trace. Okay. All right, so we hit something there, right? But look, we went all the way through. I don't know if I like the mouse. Okay, I don't know if I like the... Okay, I think the control scheme feels better on... I don't know. I don't know if I like the control scheme, but I need to get used to it, which that's usually a bad sign. All right, so we're doing like this huge... Also, there's a little bit of controller drift on my guy here. That's fine. We can fix that. Is he still going? He is. Look at he's like rotating. You see that? That's something cool to show that you can fix. If I can remember how. So I think you can do it right inside the input action. There's a modifier. I think the scalar is 1, and then you can do a dead zone, but let's see, scalar. Huh, there's an engine to do here. Okay. I believe this scaler will can also set up a dead zone. I forget. Let's see. I think I saw it on turn, right? So we're currently not experiencing it, right? But if I... Do you see the arrow moving? So I forget exactly how I fixed it. Let's go back here. Let's switch it to dead zone. So is it radial or is it axial? Yeah, so it doesn't actually matter. Let's try it. Okay. So dead zone is for like joysticks, but should work. All right, let's face here. Okay, so I think that was just with the mouse though. So now I've engaged the... See, I think he stopped moving. So the dead zone I think works fine. I feel like you can do something with the scaler too. I've seen. Now there was something with the... Yeah, you can see now that I've engaged the forward motion with the other stick, you can see ever so slightly he's moving forward. So another piece to do when you're... So we have to go back to the move input and do the same thing here. Add a dead zone. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. All right. Yeah, I don't think he's moving anymore, so there you go. That's how you fix your janky controller, which, I mean, everyone has this Logitech controller, at least everyone I know has every game dev I know has a Logitech controller, because you can buy them for like $15 on sale or something like that. Okay. Getting close to quitting time. We did not finish our dash, did we? Let's go back to this. So that one that was talking about like stopping, like we could do this and then just yeah. So I kind of like the profile one because I think that it stops. Because it does say like the first blocking hit, so I don't know. Let's do this again. Okay, that goes there. This breaks up. C goes here. We'll make it 60. Okay. So what is a profile? What is a profile? Profile used to determine components hit, and it's literally a name variable. What do you do with this? We have to look this up. Okay, so we will probably not hit anything right now? Let's see. Well, it certainly does a blocking hit. Well, no. Still traces. Right? All right, let's look at the sweet new docs here. We got, all right. Where is it? Where's the sphere against? No test will be done after that. I like that. The name of the profile used to determine which components to hit. Do they ever explain what a profile is? Okay. Unreal has some great documentation and then not so great documentation, depending on what you're doing. So, okay. So like if I go on my capsule collider, just look at it. Is there a field for profile or something? Let's type it in. Let's see. No? What if I go to the content drawer? Call a new folder called MISC. I don't know. Okay. In here, let's... Can I type something? Let's see. I can always type. Okay. Animation, cinematics, gameplay, input. What about a new blueprint class? And we'll look here. Profile. An object has a profile? Okay, so I did find this. So this is just some of the older docs here. Collision response reference, and somewhere on here it says profile. I think this is the two places it says it. So it's basically, maybe it's these. So like we could put pawn in maybe. Well, we could try it. Let's say we only want to hit pawns. Okay. Do I have a pawn to put in the map? I don't think I do, but. So like that looks to me like a successful collider, right? Or at least like it's registering as a hit. I don't know. Okay. True if there was a blocking hit. So yeah, let's okay, print string. Let's do that. Okay. All right, let's put some more players in the thing. Why not? They're pawns. All right, game. Prince characters. Let's put him in there, and then we'll put another one. Put one kind of there. All right, let's see. I guess what I need to do now to debug this is do a for each loop and just print. And we will print the what are we getting out of this? Just hits. Okay, we can split this actually. So array element hit actor, that's fine. Okay, and then that'll give us the name of the actor that we hit. So if we do this, we should, so that says true and we hit a cube. And if we, yeah guys, I don't think I'm gonna do this control scheme. Okay. So we hit nothing. All right, I need to zoom my camera out so I can, or I need to lower this wall maybe. Let's try that. I wanna be able to see, let's see, can I see? Okay, I'm still getting blocked by the wall. All right, so this is blocking, right? So it blocks, just hits the wall. It doesn't hit the guy behind the wall. So that's cool. How about if I hit, nope. Okay, so that time I hit both, but I did not, I didn't get blocked first, right? So, okay. I think as jank as this is, this might be the way. And the one thing that we could do here is, instead of pawn, which is basically what we did before, we could set a new profile, new collision profile in here. So we can have one called enemies or something like that. So, yeah. All right. I think that's a wrap. We're almost at 2 hours. So, all right, if you tuned in, thanks for watching. I'm going to call this a day. We've made some spaghetti code. But I think maybe this is going to make our dash attack better. Currently, this logic is simpler than it was before, and that part is fine. And we're also getting rid of like the hack where you can dash through walls, which, if anything, should only be a power-up. So, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna save and shut it all down. So thanks for watching.